Hi, I'm Slavik with iDrinkCoffee.com. Today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on how to dial in a stepped grinder to make a shot of espresso. A stepped grinder is one that has notches for each individual grind settings. So you go from like 1 to 2 and you can actually feel a notch there and it stops. As opposed to a stepless grinder, which would have a collar or a worm gear that has an infinite level of adjustment or infinite amount of adjustments. I'm dealing with 3 of the most popular step grinders on the market. I've got the Baratza Sette, the Vario, and the Rancilio Rocky. But all of the principles that we're going to be discussing in this video apply to any grinder that's stepped. What we're aiming for when we're making a shot of espresso is about 30 milliliters of volume in about 30 seconds, 22 to 30 seconds. Or in the case of a double, like what I'm going to be using, 60 milliliters of volume in 22 to 30 seconds. If the coffee is coming out faster than that, that means if we're under 22 seconds, then we want to adjust the grind finer. If the coffee is coming out slower, over 30 seconds, then we want to adjust the grind coarser. The machine that I'm using in this video is the Profitech Pro 700, and the reason I've chosen this machine is because it has a shot timer, so you're going to be able to see how long the extraction is. If you have a machine that doesn't have a shot timer, just use a stopwatch or a kitchen timer, and that will do the job. You want to start the timer the moment that you turn the pump on, and stop the timer the moment that you turn the pump off. So the first thing that we want to do is to try and make a shot of espresso to see where we're at, so we have a starting point. And I'm going to take my portafilter out here, just give it a quick wipe because I want to make sure that it's clean and dry. And I'm going to grind into my basket. And I can tell that this coffee is too coarse, but this is actually the most common problem. So I am going to extract it so you can see what I mean. You can see that coffee is coming out much too quick. I'm only at 10 seconds and I already have much more than 60 milliliters of volume. This is not going to be a tasty shot. It's under extracted, so it's going to taste weak and sour. That first shot, of course, was too fast, so we have to adjust the grind finer. Anytime you adjust your grind finer, your bursts have to be running if there's coffee inside the hopper. So I'm going to press the button, and on the Sette, the macro adjustments, which are the large adjustments, are done at the top, and I'm going to be changing that by a fair bit, by at least a quarter turn. I'm going to dump those grinds, and I'm going to try again to see where we're at. And in terms of dosing, when you're dialing in, I like to be just level with the top of the basket before tamping. You want to dial in your grind consistency first before dialing in your dose. Let's see where we're at here. And you can see now we're at almost 10 seconds and I'm getting nothing coming out of the portafilter, so my grind is too fine. I've overshot. I'm going to have to go coarser. We're just getting the first drops, but of course this is going to take much longer than 30 seconds to get to 60 milliliters, and it's going to be over extracted and taste extraordinarily bitter. You do not want to try this. So I'm going to stop that there, and on the next attempt, I'm going to make the grind coarser. So that last shot was too fine, so I'm going to adjust it coarser, and I'm at 4 here on the macro adjustments, and I'm just going to move it by 2 clicks to 6, and I'm going to try it again. So I've changed my grind again, and I'm just going to purge. I'm going to purge some of the grinds that were at the old setting, and I'm going to try again. It's still struggling a little bit, so I'm still too fine. Although you can see that the first drop here was at about 9 seconds. So it is extracting quicker than before, but still I think it's going to be, or maybe not. Maybe actually this will turn out to be quite good. If I stopped it here at 20 milliliters, that's what would be a ristretto. But this is a little over extracted, so I do have to go a little bit coarser with my grind, because a full 60 milliliters took 42 seconds. Again, this shot's probably going to be on the bitter side. So I've adjusted my grind on the macro adjustment by one more notch to 7. I'm going to see where it's at, but we can also use, when we're really close, the micro adjustment on the Sette, which is the lower ring. And this is actually looks like it's pretty close to perfect. My first drop in the cup was at about 6 or 7 seconds, which is what I like. And it's extracting very nicely. And I stopped it there at 28 seconds, 60 milliliters of espresso. Both of the shots look great, nice crema, and I think they're going to taste very good as well. So after we get a grind consistency dialed in, if your grinder supports it, you're going to want to program your dose. I have this set at 4.05 seconds because the Sette does have a digital doser, as does the Vario. But lots of stepless grinders like the Rocky are not going to have any dosing features, so they're just manual. Like I said before, I typically recommend grinding to the top of the basket so you're level before tamping. That's usually a good sign. If you want to, you can weigh out your dose to get greater precision. These other grinders, the way you adjust the grind is the same. The Vario has the macro adjustments on the right-hand side, so you just move these dials up and down. Of course, you want the burrs running if you're going finer. Don't do what I just did on your own grinder. You definitely want the burrs running. On the Rancilio, it's the same thing. You have these steps. You press this lever down, and you can easily adjust the grind. I'm going coarser now. Higher numbers are always coarser, and lower numbers are always finer. Very easy to adjust. In this tutorial, we covered basic procedure on adjusting a stepped espresso grinder to get a good shot of espresso. There is more advanced techniques that you could use, techniques based on weight, weighing both the coffee that is inside your portafilter and also coffee coming out into your glass, but that's more advanced. For beginning users, we always suggest going with time and volume. If you're within that range, 30 or 60 milliliters within 22 to 30 seconds, your shot of espresso is definitely going to be palatable. It's going to be a nice drink, and it's a good place to start. If you have any questions about adjusting a grinder or anything to do with coffee or espresso, please feel free to reach out to idrinkcoffee.com. We're here to help, and we're happy to help. Also, please subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos like this, more tutorials, comparisons, and videos about coffee and everything to do with espresso. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.